CNG 132-500, welcome to week one, where we look at the introduction to security. So once again, click week one. Week one is individualized, compartmentalized. You'll see my initial postings here at the top, introducing you to week one. Then if I have any check-in videos, they'll be here below. So as you see last year, this week I will check in on you pretty regularly, making videos to kind of answer questions that you guys send me in emails or asked in Google Hangouts. I will repurpose those questions so that everyone gets a chance to get the answer from that questions. I know I get some emails this week, and sometimes I won't respond to your emails individually, but I'll post a video in your class that answers that question. So make sure to watch these videos. I don't waste your time. I won't talk for 15 minutes and just talk about nonsense. I find your time valuable. I find my time valuable. So when I do post videos, make sure to watch them in their entirety and follow them. Because once in a while, if you send me an email and I've already answered that in a video, I will just direct you to that video for that week. So let's see. Introduction to, or is it weekly reading? Introduction to networking, preview. Let's read. So I'm just clicking on the buckets with the arrows in them, which takes me out to Cengage. I don't know what happened in that first video. Skip guided setup. Yes, skip guided setup. So here we are in the course. Here's a look at our book. If we went out and bought it, our cover should look exactly like this, 6th edition. I think I have all the way back to the 4th edition when it was new, when I started teaching this course. So let's go like this. Let's take a look at the book. Blue icon here on the corner that says full book. I'll click it. I want to make it the whole page by clicking this right here. I can see the whole book. I can start to flip through it page by page if I wanted to. I don't want to do that. I want to go to chapter 1, Introduction to Security in general. And then I can kind of click either chapter introduction and read it from there. But by doing the book, by going through the book shortcut, I get to see the entirety of the class chapters. I know there is one way that some students figure out how to access the book, and it does not show you all the chapter contents. It cuts off at, I think, D and does not show you E, but make sure you're doing the blue book and then selecting the chapters as we see here. And every time it'll show you the case projects. But the other way that students are doing it, I don't know how they're doing it. There's no way for me to replicate that. But it stops at hands-on projects. It does not show you the case projects, which we use in our discussions. So let's see. There's the reading. Make sure you do the reading. The review questions. Take a look at those. Those are just for review. We do the hands-on projects and the case projects. The hands-on projects will come across in our week one as D2L is going kind of slow here because all the students are getting on it. But will come across as projects. So the hands-on project, hands-on projects will come over as projects in D2L. So these will have my modifications on them. When you open them up, they're going to be a Word document that'll have specific areas to make modifications and to have where to upload the project. Students put these in one Word file with their pictures. That works great. Students can submit them separately. That works great. Do not submit a zip file. I will not grade a zip file. You'll get a 0 on it. And I'll ask you to resubmit it. Case projects, they give you a scenario. This is great because we use these scenarios in our discussions. Here we go, discussions. We use those scenarios in our discussions to reflect on. Some of the discussions, you have to read the chapter. Some of the discussions, it's a personal experience. Some of them are just questions where you have to do some research. So it lets you share with not only me but the class on important takes that happen to you about security. So you get to reflect on these for this. No one's done 1.9 before. Okay. So that's where we get our case projects come into our discussions for that. What else about this course? Week one, we have a little bit of homework. It's mostly about getting you familiar with MindTap and the environment within MindTap. We do have an essay, and once again, your essay is going to be about 2 pages long, but it's going to have multiple parts. OWL, Purdue, APA, and I ask that you write in an APA format, which you can look at the format through OWL, APA style introduction. Once again, really, it's just going to be like a research type paper. I know the reading. I shouldn't say I know the reading. They scrape when you click in the news and click this. It basically scrapes the internet for headlines and keywords, and then gives you new articles that have popped up recently. So these articles are always changing. I'm always getting new input from what you do. Scan articles that appeared over the last 2 weeks. Use those articles to create your own. So here's like kind of like the directions to doing your APA Word document. Use use an argument a one-page summary. But kind of like write down what resonated in you and tie that reading into, introduction to security. What did you learn about the reading this week? If you make any claims, if you make any claims, make sure to go out on the internet and say, and here's just a quick one. Why is cyber security so important? And say, in one of my papers, I say cybersecurity is important. I better find somebody out there on the internet who agrees with me and says, hey, cybersecurity is important because it encompasses everything that pertains to protecting our sensitive data, personal identifiable information, protective health information. So I just say, okay, I want to copy all this and post this after I said cybersecurity is important. And then this person, Abby Tungal, agrees with me because she just wrote this a few days ago. Yeah, today's the 21st, that's the 15th. And you're going to see that your paper fills up rather quickly because you're backing up your statements. Once again, you're going to write no more than 2 pages. This writing should be no more than an hour long. I know students start telling me they took 3 hours on writing. It shouldn't take you that long. Really, it's just kind of looking at the pieces and then writing your own summary, your feedback, and then finding things that support your feedback in that. Make sure to join the Google Hangouts, and you guys have a great start to the first week. And remember, if you have any questions and you answer them or you ask them in a private way, I will make a video addressing that question so that everybody has a chance to get an answer to that question. So if you don't receive any reply back through an email because of a question, make sure to look at that video because I have supplied the answer in that video.